Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made this Pusheen backpack. So to start off with, you'll need some grey fabric, and I'm using a plush fabric to make Pusheen a little bit furry, but you can use whatever you want. So you want to start off by making the backpack straps, and to do this you'll need 2 long strips, and I'm going to cut mine about 1 inch to 2 inch thickness. The length of mine is 1.5 meters, and this is to do both straps. So depending on whether you're gluing or sewing, you want to secure this in on itself, face side together. You'll then want to turn this inside out until you have a long, thick, sausagey type shape. You'll also want to cut this in half before turning it inside out, because this will just make it easier. Moving on to the base of the backpack, you'll need to cut 2 pieces of fabric to the size that you want. You'll want to put these right sides together. You want to secure these on each side, leaving a little hole where the strap will go. You'll then want to cut off any loose threads and turn this the right side way round. You'll then want to insert the end of one of your straps into each hole, and you'll want to sew this down on the line that you've already sewed. This will secure the strap to the base. Once secured, you'll then want to cut off the excess from the inside of the bag. Next, taking an oval of the same fabric, you'll then want to sew this to the bottom of the tube you've just made. Again, you'll want to make sure that the good sides are facing the good sides, and so on. You'll then want to trim off any excess. I'm going to quickly make some lining for the inside of my bag, but you don't have to do this at all. Just taking some old fabric, I just repeated the steps that I just did and made an inside out version of what I just made. I then pop this inside of the bag. Next, moving on to the flap of the backpack, you want to make sure that you have it the right size, and I'm making mine so it goes about 1/3 of the way down the backpack. You'll then want to cut the semicircle shape out of the fabric, and you'll also want to do this on a lining piece, some interfacing to make sure that the flap can hold its shape. You'll then want to sew all the way around, and then just cut off any excess and turn it inside out. Once you're happy with that shape, you'll then need to add Pusheen's face. So to do this, I'm just taking some white sticky labels and drawing it on, sticking that sticky label to some dark grey felt and just cutting around this. You'll then want to hot glue the whole face onto the top of the backpack. You'll also want to trim off any excess at this point. Next, we'll need to attach the flap to the actual backpack. So to do this, you want to make sure that Pusheen's face is facing up, and then with the back of the backpack, lay this on top, and this is where you'll want to sew. As you can see, it kind of helps out just to practice to open and close the backpack, so you kind of know how it will work. Once sewn, I noticed that the insides of mine were a little bit messy, so I wanted to cover this up. So taking some cotton tape, I then attached this around the top, enclosing all the rough edges. Next, you'll need to work out how you want your backpack to fasten, and I'm just using Velcro and just hot gluing on 2 little squares. You can use buttons or elastic or whatever you want to use, really. At this point, I realised I was missing Pusheen's ears, so what I did was I just took 2 pieces of plush fabric, folded them right sides together, and sewed a triangle of interfacing to these pieces. I then cut around the edges and turned it inside out. What I then did was I tucked in the bottoms of these ears, hot glued them shut, and then hot glued them to the top of Pusheen's head. You can sew this or attach it anywhere you want to, but hot glue for this fabric worked really well. Once you're fully happy with the backpack, it's then ready to attach the other ends of the straps. So to do this, I just cut them to size and folded it in on itself and sewed it down. I then hot glued the rougher side to the top of the backpack, nearer to Pusheen's ears. Again, you can sew this to make it more secure, but hot glue was fine with my fabric. All that's left to do then is fill up your backpack with all your favourite things and show it off to all your friends. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!